Boom, 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 boom. What up, my guys? Uh, Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay here. My guy Andy here, not really supposed to be laughing, or he's not really supposed to be doing the intro music. So I know we usually bring it in with the vibes, but we here, we're back. It's Tuesday. We're trying to get some cash. I'm your host, Jay Money. We got our guy Andy with us. I was supposed to have my guy Moneyline Matt on the show, but maybe we'll have him in on Thursday with our guy Ronald. But Andy, how you doing, my brother? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, good. I appreciate you being nice with me. I still got another week or so recovering from the eye surgery. I mean, my doctor literally was like, "Nah, and don't laugh hard." It's like, well, how do you control that? What if someone says
Right.
something funny? Like, so no, all good. Ready to talk some NBA, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Talking some NBA. Like I say, we're supposed to have Matt on the show today. He is the $2 handicapper over there at Wager Talk, guys. We'll go through it at the end of the show. But for all business here, straight down to business here, Andy. First game up. It's only 5 games on the slate. Let's run through it real quick. We'll go to the first game of Streets of Detroit here. We have the Pistons getting 2.5 points at the house versus the Jazz here, Andy. Looking at some props in this game. Why don't we look at maybe some Bogdanovich threes? He's going up against his old squad here. He likes to shoot a lot of threes against everybody. Could you talk anyone in the chat there out of Bogdanovich threes there for the Pistons?
No, I mean Bogdanovich is this is a classic revenge spot. He's been playing well. The trade to Detroit seemed a little weird when they made it, but Bogdanovich has really flourished. So you got to be looking at them. I was finding some value in some of these team totals today, Jay, and I think this is. I really like the Pistons team total in this one. You're looking at the Pistons team total 114.5, the Jazz at 115.5. So the books are telling you they expect a close game. So I think the blowout potential is, I don't want to say non-existent, but I don't expect a blowout. And you look at this Detroit Pistons team. Okay, they're losing, but they're at least keeping it a little bit close, and they're scoring points. They lose to Brooklyn 124-121. That's only a 3-point loss, and they put up 121 points. They lose to Sacramento, but they still put up 113 points there. They win the insane overtime game against Charlotte, putting up 141, 117 against Lakers. So this is a team that is putting up pretty good numbers. And I think that's one of those sneaky teams. I looked at Jaden Ivey, but I can't get much consistency out of his points total. But it's a good match for both of them. I might look at Clarkson as well. The Detroit backcourt has been struggling, giving up points. But I like the team total on the Pistons. But if you're looking at a player prop, yeah, you said it. Bogdanovich is the one that you're going to go after. I would expect the spirited effort from him and the Jazz. They may want to try and slow him down. I'm just not sure they have the personnel to do that.
Exactly. No, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I could only look towards the Jazz in this game. I think they could get over their team total over as well. Could just be an over game in general here, but I know it's back to back for Jazz, third game in 4 nights. And they don't play exceptionally well on the road as well. But they did just lose to the Pistons not too long ago. They were laying double digits in that one and basically just overlooked the Pistons. They came in there on the back to back and smoked them. So now the Jazz are on the back to back, and I think they might be able to get some revenge here. So I could only look towards the Jazz minus 2.5 in this one. It's not strong enough for me to bet, but I do lean Jazz minus 2.5 here. And on the other side, like prop wise, I could see Clarkson threes getting there. I could see Bogdanovich over threes may getting there as well. In that one, my guys. Pistons do play the 76ers tomorrow as well. So that's why I'm not looking towards backing the Pistons there. I know that they're at the house, they can be a feisty underdog, but if the Jazz want to win this game, in my opinion, they can. It's really much that simple. And the Pistons may not want to win the game. They might want to tank it. So with this point spread, I could only look towards the Jazz, in my opinion. Let's go over here to the next game. Let's go to the streets of New York here, Andy. We got the Knicks here, red hot. They've won 7 straight and covered 7 straight as well. Coming back home here. Now they're laying 6 versus the Warriors here. Warriors getting their first road win, and it seems like forever. Do you obviously without Steph for a while? Do you think they can keep it going? Does Poole keep it going over there in MSG, or does Randall, guys like RJ Barrett as well, and Brunson stay hot for the Knicks here, Andy?
Well, I the to just add to the woes in the backcourt, DiVincenzo is doubtful, which it doesn't sound like a big time name or a big time player, but they're running out of guys in the backcourt, and so I think this is going to help the Knicks immensely because they just keep losing. I made the point. Okay, Steph is out, and he's not an elite defender, but they put in Jordan Poole, and that's a step down on defense. Now DiVincenzo is doubtful. You already got Wiggins that is going to be out. They're just really, really thin. It was a big win for them. I just don't see Poole as the guy that can do this night in and night out. I'm going to lean that the Knicks, I like the Knicks, how they're playing. I would lean Randall as my favorite New York Knick to go over his total. I just think this could be a complete team effort for the Knicks to go after the Warriors. I mean,
Hmm.
you got the defending champs, and you know how these teams are. You get to play the defending champs, and they're a wounded warrior coming coming there, and the Knicks just these teams just smell blood. And if Poole doesn't go absolutely ballistic last game, I'm not sure they win that one. So you're asking Jordan Poole to lead the Warriors against a team that is on fire, and I just don't see it. I see a lot of points from the New York Knicks. I think this might be a game that could get away from the Warriors early. So I'm not going to play any player props for the Warriors because if Poole doesn't start off incredibly hot and you get Brunson who gets going, RJ Barrett can hit some threes, and if Randall gets going, I think this has a potential blowout for the New York Knicks. I'm not a buyer in the Warriors. I think last game throws everybody off the scent. Give me the Knicks, and I'm leaning Julius Randle as my favorite player prop in this one. Not a strong enough play to get to the window, but that would be the way I'm leaning in this one.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off Knicks here. Yeah, and play game time decision as well. Like I say, they're going to play with you with the injury report, basically all the way down to the minute. The Warriors do have the Nets on deck tomorrow, so would I be surprised if anyone sat in this one? Could they even if they do start to get blown out, would they sit their guys early as well? That's definitely possible as well. So nothing for me on this game. I couldn't talk anyone out of the Knicks. They're red hot right now, 7-0 against the spread and straight up. So they're balling, playing their best basketball of the season right now. Warriors obviously not necessarily the strongest buy on the road, in my opinion. The reason why I was saying some pool props, Andy, is because especially if Clay's out, he's definitely gonna be their main source of offense. And he was struggling for a while too. So maybe he kind of found something the last game. The Raptors, I know they've been struggling on defense, but still not a bad defensive team. So I just feel like if he's starting to get hot, he's gonna have to beat Steph right now. So that's the only way that I could look at it is some pool props. And even if they get blown out, he's probably going to be the main source of offense for them. And the Knicks, I know Brunson's involved, and RJ Barrett's really turned it up as well. And then Randall as well is somewhat like a pseudo point guard for them in that one, my guys. So over here to the next game, man, we're going to the streets of Miami here. We have the Heat here laying 4 points at the house versus the Chicago Bulls, man. Like I say, the Heat, they're struggling as well. So no Kyle Lowry in this one. They're already out there somewhat power forward as well. They don't really have a power forward, but Kayla Martin is out in this one as well. So both these teams, man, I mean, I'm not even sure what I'm talking about the Bulls on my show, Andy. This team is about to blow things up, to be honest with you. They're talking about, I'm not sure who's about to get traded, but let's just say that there's speculation that they're about to blow the team up and the coach is really close to getting fired. I want no part of the Bulls right now, even with the Heat injuries, Andy. Any props in this one?
I think Kyle Lowry being out gives the Bulls a chance here. I just don't think Oladipo is nearly as good of a defender. Possibly they might be able to disrupt the offense a little bit. But I will tell you, DeMar DeRozan over his point total, which I'm looking at right now, is 25.5. That would be the only player prop that interests me in this game. DeRozan actually, believe it or not, has pretty good history against Miami. I know at one point he hung 50 on him last year. He scored 37 on him in his first game of the year this season. So DeMar DeRozan, for whatever reason, has really good history there. I can't buy into anybody else in this game just because without Lowry, I'm not sure where we're going. Are we going to get a great Jimmy Butler game? I think it says a lot that the books have Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler both at 20.5 points, meaning not really sure who's going to be able to score a lot of points in this one. And then they also have Tyler Hero at 21.5. So the books are kind of just telling us that they don't really know where the points are going to come from for Miami tonight. And if the books don't know, then I surely don't know. But I think DeRozan is worth a sprinkle. I see it's a little bit juicy, so I might wait for this one to go up to 26.5. I do think DeRozan has a good game tonight, though. Good history against his team. He seems to like going up against Jimmy Butler. But other than that, this game is a complete stay away for me.
Yeah, maybe a little audition, maybe a little audition for Levine and DeRozan right now, auditioning for some other teams right now, guys. I'm sorry, guys, I can't. I mean, this is a team like DeRozan is a baller, Levine is a baller. I love these guys. I love the way they play. The basketball is a team game. I will not be betting the Bulls anytime soon, guys. I'm sorry. I sent some with this team. They're not connected whatsoever. They just gave up 150 points versus the Timberwolves, guys. It was Timberwolves' first game back at the house. Horrible spot for them. They put up 150 in regulation with ease. Stop it, man. Get this Bulls team off my show. Like I say, the Heat, they have some injuries. They're banged up. It's a tough game for me there, but definitely could see plenty of points coming from Hero. He's continuing to ball in. And if you're looking for some props with Bulls, you only look Levine and DeRozan, in my opinion. They're missing a point guard, guys, heavily over there. Maybe some Bam points as well. Andy, real last thing. What do you think about Bam Adebayo going crazy on Vucevic over there?
He certainly can. It's Adebayo can be frustrating. Vucevic is a top 3 most frustrating player. I mean, good. If you can predict what Vucevic and Gobert are going to do night to night, congratulations! You're the best. You're the best NBA handicapper in the world. I just think there's a couple of other spots that I like over it. I've been burned by Bam a couple times where you take him over his points and he, scores 17 points, and then you watch the next night he goes for 36, and you're like, where was that? Where was that, Bam? What happened to you yesterday? So I find these two teams very, very frustrating from a player prop. So I
Facts.
just ignore them.
Guess what, Andy? Both of these teams are frustrating from any type of betting perspective. I'm talking about like
Yes.
just both of these teams. I'm so far off this game, man. The Heat might be so trash. Bulls might cover it versus them, but yeah, I'm off that game, man. Wouldn't surprise me what happened in that one. Let's go to the streets of Phoenix here. We got the Suns laying 7 points at the house versus the Washington Wizards in this one, Andy. Total of 229 in this one, my brother. Obviously, Booker sat out last night. They didn't need him. Oh, he look growing issue. I mean, he just went off for 50 some points. Regardless to that, I guess he sat out. I guess he's injured now, but he might play in this one. Beal is back. Right, I sensed Beal wanted to play basketball again versus, I don't know if it was an audition for the Lakers, but he wanted to play last game. So no, I'm serious. Beal doesn't want to be in Washington, Andy. Just a little some tidbit. He doesn't want to be in Washington. I'm not sure if Porzingis wants to be. We know Kuzma wants out, so they're kind of just like they're balling, but they're auditioning for other teams right now. So can lead to some selfish basketball. Do we look towards Kuzma, Beal props here, and Booker as well if he plays?
Well, you and I were joking about this before. There's something that smells a little fishy, and that's the Phoenix Suns injury report has not been submitted today. So coming off the back-to-back in a big win, I assumed that they would play most of their guys because they didn't need to play a lot of minutes last night to get the blowout. But I think the last box score just sums up the Washington Wizards like so beautifully. So here's your starters. Okay, Kuzma 22, Porzingis 21, Beal 29. Okay, that's good. And then the other two starters had 8 and 7 points. They had one guy who scored over 7 points besides those 3 guys. So it's just a Wizards team that, I mean, honestly, I kind of like I like Kuzma individually. I like Porzingis individually. I like Beal individually. But then you surround them with these other guys, and you're like, this team's terrible. That being said, I think I might be a little bit bullish on the Wizards for when Beal is back. Like, I mean, Beal comes back 9 of 17 from field goals. He scored 29 points and he went 0 for 3 from 3-pointers. I think there's real value in Bradley Beal over 23 and a half points. I think this guy might be, if he is auditioning, as you say, he's probably going to be taking 17 shots minimum each game. I don't obviously have anything for the Suns. We don't know who's going to be playing for them or not. But if DeAndre Ayton is out, you're definitely looking at taking Kuzma or Porzingis, maybe even both for their rebounds. I would just maybe isolate those rebound props. You look at them last game; they combined for 27. This is a team that doesn't rebound a whole lot outside of Kuzma and Porzingis, and then when they come out, Gafford comes in and rebounds some. If Ayton's out, look at the rebounds for Kuzma and Porzingis. If you're getting a full Phoenix Suns, I really like Beal to go over his points.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, the Wizards have lost. I know I'm looking at last 10. I know they've lost 10 straight, for sure. Seven of those 10 games were on the road as well. So they've been traveling all over the place. I'll be honest, like I want no parts of the Wizards. The Suns are starting to get hot. They are on the back-to-back. In theory, Wizards have the rest advantage here. It's just like, do I want to take the Wizards? But I like to say, when Bill came back last game versus the Lakers, he actually like he wanted to play a basketball again. And that's something to know because obviously Wizards they can cover some games. I mean, Porzingis is not a bad player when he's healthy. Bill can play. Monte Morris is actually not a bad player. It's just I really don't even think these guys even like their coach over there, man. But ton of guys on the injury report for the Suns, man. Okogie, Landale, Booker, Campaign, man. I mean, what are we doing here? So what? Aiden played last night, but is he going to play tonight on the back to back? Right. So it's crazy to say I would like to kind of lean towards the Wizards, man, but I'm not
There
betting
you
them.
go,
I'm
Jay.
not betting
Come to
fucking
the dark
Wizards.
side. Come on, man.
No, because
The
no,
Wizards. Come
because
on.
if you bet the Wizards and lose, that's the type of shit that has me on the dark side, man. I'm not fucking with the. I could see scenarios where they keep the game close but lose, if not even win outright. You see what happened with the Hornets last night with the Kings, but
Oh yeah, you're
that was a sleepy
absolutely.
spot. That was a sleepy spot for the Kings, though. But yeah, team that's lost 10 in a row, you never know when they are gonna. I mean, these guys are professionals. They don't want to lose forever. So you don't be surprised when they do win the game. But it's a tough game for me there, Andy. I probably would lean Wizards, but I'm off this game, my brother. It's way
But
too much to ask.
by the way, Jay, you would sit too, and you would say your groin hurt if you played 42 minutes and shot 35 times from the field for 58 points for Devin Booker. That we people get on guys about load management, but 42 minutes, 35 field goal attempts, come from behind win against Pelicans. Yeah, you deserve a night off.
Yeah, I think he's going for MVP in my opinion. But yeah, you make a good point. That was a big game. They really wanted to win. They had to come back from down 20. They knew that they could win yesterday without him. Booker probably plays here, and that leads me to believe if he does, like you said, Bill will probably turn up even more. But you wait. If you do want Wizards, you wait until Booker gets ruled in and get a couple of extra points in this one, my guys. But I could Suns are hot right now. Booker's hot. If he plays, what I sense from Booker, he's trying to go for MVP. I'd look at Booker points prop if he does play in this one, guys. That's what I'd look for. On the other side, I think Bill does what I think he continues to get back in the groove. Last game up here. Let's go to the streets of Denver here, man. Let's go hit we in the mountains. Let's go hit the dispensary real quick, man. We'll get some gas real quick, man. Well, we got the Nuggets here getting a point and a half here at the versus the Grizzlies here, man. Grizzlies, like I said, the Nuggets open up as the favorite here, and it since went to the Grizzlies side. I know me personally, I could only look towards John Morant and the boys here bouncing back here. I'm not sure who's going to guard Ja. I'm not sure who's going to guard Triple J. Steven Adams down there in the post. The Nuggets, they're not a defensive team whatsoever, in my opinion. I mean, I like Bruce Brown as a defender, KCP as well. Other than that, everyone on the team is defensively ass. They just try to beat you with offense, in my opinion. I think the Grizz can go pound to pound with them offensively, and maybe defensively they should be better as well. I can only look Grizzlies here, Andy. What we doing? Riding with Jaja here?
Yeah, yeah, you brought up Denver. I mean, I just take a small sample size like the last 10 games. Denver's 24th in defensive efficiency, Memphis second. This is a Memphis team that I think the casual fan doesn't realize how good they play on defense. Really, really good team defense. I actually am interested in Jokic unders for PRA. He had the absolute monster game against Charlotte, but take that for a grain of salt. That's against Charlotte. And I think this is a good letdown spot as the books will probably overinflate Jokic number. And don't think that the Grizzlies know what Jokic just did to another team. This is a prideful team. Someone like Steven Adams is going to be motivated. Some of these other guys are going to be motivated to try and shut down Jokic. You're not going to, you're not going to shut down Jokic, but you can at least limit the damage with him. I actually kind of like, I like Aaron Gordon over his points at 17.5. I think this could be a real sneaky play if they do try and double Jokic and try and get some open looks for him. It's going to be all hands on deck inside. I think Gordon could have a pretty sneaky game as he's going to draw one-on-ones and maybe some open looks as he's
Mhm.
cutting to the basket. As we know, Jokic, probably the best passing big man in the game. So if I'm leaning under some of these Jokic props, I think some of the other guys are going to get it done. I think this is a pretty good game for Aaron Gordon. But yeah, it's hard to take. It's hard to take the Denver Nuggets in this game. I would look at the Grizzlies to win. I would also look at their team total over. You know, John Moran is going to come out motivated after getting booted for having a pleasant conversation with a fan, which is going to go down as one of the stranger ejections of all time. So, Nuggets are a little bit of a fade when they're facing these elite teams here. But Aaron Gordon, I think, could be a sneaky player prop.
Yeah, and I want to take Grizzlies here. I don't like that they're only 3-11 against the spread on the road. So they have shown that they're. I mean, we know they get behind their home crowd, right? 6-8 straight up on the road, 3-11 against the spread. I do think they can get it done here, though, guys. Like I said, the Nuggets don't play enough defense for me. There's some good points though, Andy, about Aaron Gordon being a sneaky good offensive player here. He can, but that's exactly what he is. He's just like Jokic, an offensive player. He's not great defense. I'm watching these guys play defense. I'm like, man, these guys can't even move their damn feet, man. They finna trip over each other. So, in my opinion, they have Triple J, Steven Adams, and Brandon Clark. In theory, they can throw off the bench against Jokic in this one. So they're going up against a top tier offensive team. I must say the Grizzlies will have to be on their best defensive game here, and offensively as well. But I definitely think they have a tad bit better defense in this one. They are on the road, laying points on the road as well. So you don't like that, but I could only look towards the Grizzlies in this one. If I had one top, if I'm betting today, I'm taking the Grizzlies -1.5 in this one. And I like that it's flipped. KCP could possibly get ruled out here. That's the only way I can look here is Grind City. Maybe another showcase game for John Morant on national TV here. Like I said, he definitely got ejected last game. They're coming off a loss in this one. Let's see if they can get it done. Yeah, I want to take Grizzlies here, guys. It's the only way I can look in this one, my guys. What y'all thinking about in the chat in this one? Heavily lean Grizzlies -1.5 in this one. Andy, what we got going today over at Wage Talk? I want to let you guys know before Andy gets to his and give us some free picks. It is $2 Tuesday over at the site. Like I say, Matt couldn't make it on the show today, but Moneyline Matt does have a Sunday NFL top side play. $2 Tuesday over at Sports Memo. As well. Also, $2 Tuesday at Wager Talk as well, as it is every single day, every single Tuesday. You don't need a promo code for that as well. So, got some $2 Tuesday at Sports Memo and at Wager Talk. Andy, what you liking on the card today, my brother?
My favorite plays up at Wager Talks, a 4% NBA play. A little bit of a lull for the next couple days. We've only got NBA that we're working on. Some of you may care or may not. I've just started releasing videos for my 2023 PGA season preview. Golf is one of my best sports. I've never had a losing season at Wager Talk, and golf season starts first week of January. They go out to Hawaii and they just start playing in January. So look for those on my Twitter at Butt Sports. 4% plays up at Wager Talk. My best bet for this show, and this is a play that I am playing with my own money tonight. I like the Washington Wizards over their team total, 110.5 against the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns allowed 104 points last night in a blowout, but that was to a Lakers team without LeBron and without Anthony Davis. And the Phoenix Suns have not been a very good defensive team recently. When you look at their overall stats and defensive efficiency for the entire season, they're pretty good. But with these lineups being changed over the last 10-game sample size, they're only 21st in defensive efficiency, and that's including last night's game against the Lakers. I liked what I saw from Bradley Beal. I think he looks pretty good. I'm not sure who the Phoenix Suns are going to play, but I like the combo of Kuzma and Porzingis and Beal to get him pretty close to 110.5. I think this game is closer than people think. I don't think there's a blowout, and I think the Wizards get over their team total tonight.
I couldn't talk you off that, and to be honest with you, I mean, you said I like Porzingis, Kuzma, and Beal as well. It's crazy because if they had a better supporting cast, they actually could be a decent team, at least somewhat like a 7-8 seed at the very least play-in tournament. Like, I mean, Kuzma's showing you he can ball right now, but he's auditioning for other teams. teams. Like he doesn't want to ball for the Wizards. So it's like, but yeah, you make some good points there. I couldn't talk you off that team total there, Andy. I like that. I like that play, my guys. For me, I hadn't bet anything. I hadn't bet anything in the NBA. It's scary hours right now in the NBA. It seems like they're trying to take as many people's Christmas money as possible. What it looks like to me, man, with these injury reports. But for me today, I could only look towards the Grizzlies -1.5. Right after that, I could only look towards the Jazz. It's down to 2 now. I know that Olynyk is out. I did expect him to be in, but a little Kelly Olynyk revenge game. But I still think the Jazz, if they want to win this game, they can, in my opinion. And the Pistons may tank it away. Simply put, +2 winnable game for the Pistons with the worst record in the league. Take a tank for Wemby. No, I'm not taking the Pistons in a somewhat when it looks like they can win the game pregame. I don't want to take a taking team in that situation, guys. Tomorrow versus the 76ers, though, when they're huge underdogs, that's when the Pistons like to play. So for me today, if I had 2 official plays, it would be Grizzlies -1.5 and the Jazz -2. But I'll be honest, my money's not on anything right now, my guys. So if you'd like to get a shirt, you can go check out the site, jmoneyismoney.com, my guys. Make sure you guys go follow Andy on Twitter, man, at Bump Sports. You can follow me as well at jmoneyismoney. We appreciate your time for tuning in. Best of luck on your bets. We're back tomorrow, my guys. It's Cash. We out.